Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of my bucket list day. So today we're in Sebastian, Florida, and Joe is feeling better, so we went for a little bike ride here down in Sebastian. Gonna have a little brunch, well, a little bit that she can eat and drink. She's mostly gonna have mimosas, I guess. But today we're gonna do a little review on our e-bikes, the Adventures. So we're going to dive deep into them and give you our honest review. Well, actually my honest review. Joe's not ready to be on camera yet. But we'll give you a total review of these bikes, some of the likes, the dislikes, and things like that. But we'll get into that right after this. And we're going for a ride today. So we're going to mount this one on the bike, and then we're going to bring the 360 out a little later. But we're going to have some fun. Go for a nice little ride. I got that on film. This way, honey, this way, follow the path. So after a great bike ride, yes, we sit down for beers. All right, so let's do a full review of the bikes. What better place to do it? Joe's sneaking in here. She is on camera. You're brave.
I know.
She can't smile, talk much, or anything, but here's Joe.
Hi.
So now let's get a close-up view of everything. So as I said, we bought two of these bikes. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about both of them. We put a little over 100 miles on it, on both of them. And let's dive on in. So as you see on my bike, we added the options. We added the back rack and the saddlebags and a little trunk back here. These are cooler trunks. They're actually kind of cool. In fact, I'll open Joanne's here. And we got some drinks right in there. Some coolers, so it keeps things nice and cool. And it's got a drink holder and a backlight. And then we also added the front rack to both of the bikes that holds our locks and a few other things if we ever want. And then we also got these really cool locks that mount up here. I've got one on mine right there. But you just put a key in here, it comes off and it opens up, and there's no cutting through that. These are really heavy duty locks. Okay, so let's start off. These are adventure bikes, and they've got 4-inch wide tires, as you can see here, and they're 26-inch, I think they are, 26-inch wheels. So they're nice and big, so it goes over through rough terrain. We've gone through a couple of creeks and off-road with these. Did a fantastic job. Smooth ride. It's got full front suspension. They're not the greatest, but they do well. And it's got hydraulic disc brakes. These are one of the things that we loved about these bikes. Especially with my size, having hydraulic disc brakes was kind of important to me. The bikes themselves weigh 74 pounds, so they are quite heavy. The battery, the coolest feature is the battery's built right into the frame, as you see right here. And you can take the battery out by just putting the key in here, turning it, and the battery pops out. We never take them out. We just lift this little door here and charge the batteries. So we selected these big bikes, or I shouldn't say big, these particular bikes because of the way we want to use them. These may not be for everyone, but they are perfect for how we want to ride and how we do. So they do make several other types of bikes, and I'm going to talk about those here in a minute. But these were what we selected. Now, Joanne's bike, they come in 3 sizes. Actually 2 sizes, a small medium or a medium large. This is a medium large. And then mine, they come in 3 sizes, small, medium, and large. And this is the large version. On my bike, pretty much the same accessories. The only thing I added is an extra light right here for this. I hope you guys can hear me with all the waves. And then of course we added the iPhone holders for both of the bikes. Joanne's is right there. Another thing to point out with these bikes is, as I mentioned, they are heavy duty. They are pretty much go everywhere type of bike. They are 8 gears on the back cassette, only 1 on the front, so it's really only an 8-speed bike. They have Shimano shifters, and you can see the shifter right here. It just pulls up or push to downgrade or downshift, and then on the display there, it's a full color display. And this display, you can I don't know if you can see this, but I can turn down the setting to 0 all the way up to 5, and I normally keep it at 2. And quite honestly, we get because of my size and weight, I get about 40 miles on a battery charge on my bike. Sometimes 45, depending how many hills there are. And Joanne, because she's so light and tiny, she gets about 50, 60 miles on it. I did learn that the batteries are not linear, so once you get down under 20%, they do discharge quite a bit faster. So the brake, I shouldn't say the curve, if you will, drops when you get to below 40%, and it kind of discharges faster at that. So all in all, we like the bike. Now my bike, as you saw in the first video, it came with quite a bit of damage in packaging to it. So these rods here were all bent up, if you remember, if you saw that other video, on both the front and rear, as well as my kickstand was broken, and the front brake disc, if you will, that was bent, so they had to send me all new ones. Aviton was great about sending me all parts right away, so I didn't have to wait too long. What's cool about these bikes, I'll show it on Joanne's, you can't see it on mine too well, is when you touch the brakes, don't know if you can see in the sunlight, pull the brakes, you got a brake light. You can turn these lights on, and now at nighttime you can always have a light on, and then it still goes brighter for braking. So that's kind of a cool feature on there. The drum, it's 750 And it is pretty responsive. There is probably a 1 second delay from the time you pedal or the time you hit the throttle before the motor engages. So that's kind of good and it's kind of bad. It's 50-50 with us. Here's the throttle, by the way. When you push this down, it'll start to accelerate. You see Joanne keeps hers at number 2 as well. So that's it on the bikes. The seat that it comes with, it's actually a pretty comfortable seat. We thought about upgrading them, but they're very comfortable, so we'll probably keep those the way they are. And that's the other thing. We added a little insulated bottle holder there. Keeps our drinks nice and cool. So as I mentioned, all in all, we're very happy with these bikes. There's a couple things that we didn't like or don't like or would like to see improvements with Aviton on these bikes, and that is the delay, the latency when you hit the throttle or pedal for them to kick in. It would be kind of nice, but maybe there's a reason for that, I don't know. The top speed on these bikes is about 28 miles an hour, so that's plenty fast. They get up and boogie really well. When we hit we did do a test that we wanted to see how far they'd go if we'd never pedaled, and we did one, or I actually went out one day, and I got about 20 miles on the bike without pedaling much. I did have to pedal a couple of rotations, but not much. So I went about almost 20 miles on the bike, and then the battery was pretty much juiced and I had to pedal home. But it is a heavy bike, so it's kind of hard to pedal if you have no power. I shouldn't say hard to pedal, it's easy to pedal, it's just if you got any hills, it's kind of a heavy bike. So as I mentioned, Aviton makes many other types of e-bikes, and I highly recommend Aviton to those of you who want them. They have regular bikes that are just regular hybrid bikes for off-road and on-road or easy trails, and I'll show all of those here as we go along. They also have a folding e-bike. It's for those of you that are tight on space. For you RVers that are tight on space, this might be a perfect bike for you. They also have different size bikes for different size people. So I'm going to go through the whole lineup of the bikes that they have here. But again, these particular bikes are the kind of the Mac Daddy off-road, go everywhere type of bike, and that was important to us. We like to go out on the beach, we like to go out on trails, we like to go on the roads, all that kind of stuff. So that's why we selected these bikes, because they can go everywhere. You want to go on the beach with soft sand, we take a little air out of the tires. Does a beautiful job across the beach. So if you're like us, these are the bikes for you. If that's not important to you, you can get a smaller version or a foldable version or a regular bike version without the big tires, whatever fits your fancy. But I'll have the links below here of Aviton and how you can get those bikes. And if you go through the links that I have below here, you're going to actually get a little discount on these bikes from what you can see on the regular retail store. So if you're in the mood for a bike or in the market for one, click on the links below and go ahead and get your bikes. Alright, so the summary is that we really, really love these bikes, and we are enjoying them immensely. Don't forget to hit that little like, subscribe, and ring that little bell to let you know when we're doing another episode. And don't forget to do comments. We'd love to hear from you guys. We respond to everybody's comments, whether it's on YouTube or Facebook or anything like that, or even Instagram. So leave your comments. We'd love to hear from you. You've all been sending warm wishes to Joanne and her recovery, and we all appreciate that. So thanks for watching. Make it a great bucket list day. Goodbye.